Hello everybody, I'm the Pale Recluse, coming out of hiding to present you with my first commentary. Before we begin though, let's talk about American women for a moment. In the recent days, some American men seem to have a problem with the woman they share the same neighborhood with. Now there are a lot of different reasons as to why those men resent those women who refuse to associate with them. I've seen quite a few videos that have men ranting about American women. But seeing those videos, I saw a pattern going. The videos usually consist of the men generalizing all American women to be toxic, and they'll sometimes try to persuade other men to go for foreign women. Now, I don't have a problem with men seeking foreign women. That's their choice. The problem is that they're generalizing an entire group of people to be all the same. This video I'm going to be commentating on, made by the user RushV, is no different. But this one is special. It presents almost every reason some men give on why they say American women, in general, are one of the worst groups of people. I'll be going over every point made in the video, giving my thoughts on them. Enjoy.
Believe it or not, American women are not perfect. They have a lot of flaws. And what I did was compile a list of their flaws that should make you maybe reconsider dating them. So let's get started. Number one, they're fat. Fat girls are simply unattractive, so why should you waste time dating a fat chick?
Attraction is subjective. What you find unattractive, someone else may find it attractive. You have the freedom to seek any woman you please. However, you can't speak for every man and say that fat, in general, is not attractive to them. This is not the case for every man.
Number two, they're constantly glued to their smartphone. These girls are addicted to an electronic device and are less capable of human interaction.
I agree with you to some extent. However, not every woman has a smartphone. For some girls, they don't have the funds to buy and pay bills for smartphones every month because they can be too expensive to purchase and take care of. Or maybe they just don't care to have them. There are some girls that do have those phones and seldom use them for many reasons. Like maybe they don't want to use it unless it's for their job or for an emergency. Plus, depending on the company and what type of plan you have, messing around on your phone can add up on your bill. By the way, there are some guys that are addicted to their phones too. This isn't a gender-specific attribute.
Number three, they cut their hair short. They are so lazy to maintain long hair that they make themselves ugly on purpose.
You only think women with short hair are ugly, but that is your own opinion. There are going to be people who think otherwise. Also, not every woman cuts their hair short because they're too lazy to take care of it long. That could just be their style. Or they might have a job that requires for them to cut their hair short, or at least tie their hair up. Long hair could be a safety hazard depending on your job, like it could get caught in something. And there are women who have short, thick hair that require a lot of time to take care of, just like long hair. Thick hair could take a considerable amount of time to brush through, to untangle every knot, and you have to use just as much, if not more, hair products to properly take care of it.
Number four, they're more impressed with the crappy DJ or an Instagram celebrity than a doctor who saves lives.
Not every woman idolizes idiots. Some of them know the value of hard work and sacrifice and respect the people who do so.
Number five, they think being overly sarcastic is a quality that men love. Wrong. Being sarcastic is rude and doesn't show that you have a good sense of humor.
It depends on how and when the sarcasm is executed. With good timing and the right situation, it can work. Plus, some guys like a sarcastic girl and think sarcasm is funny.
Number six, they listen to stupid websites when it comes to learning how to please men.
How else are they supposed to know how to please men? Some men don't bother telling women what they want, and even when a woman asks, some men still probably won't say anything or be very vague about it. So they have to try to figure it out for themselves, which can be difficult because not every man has the same needs.
Number seven, they don't know how to cook. Their idea of cooking is using the microwave or preparing macaroni and cheese, and some women don't even know how to do that.
Some women can be very good cooks and don't use a microwave when they do it. When I cook for my family, I never use a microwave because it seems like a cop-out to me. I only use a microwave when I'm getting food for myself sometimes.
Number eight, they wear flip-flops when they're not in the beach, not at the pool, or not in their house. Flip-flops are the laziest footwear that you can put on, and it screams to the world that you simply don't care.
Some women probably have sensitive feet or are allergic to the material certain or all shoes are made out of. They probably can't wear shoes that could find and protect their feet, or they have to get a special pair of shoes so their allergies won't act up. You can't assume some women wear flip-flops because they're lazy. This isn't the case all the time.
Number nine, they have condoms in their dresser because they are fully prepared to sleep with random men. A man only wants a girl to be slut for himself, not the entire town.
So, according to you, if a woman has a condom in her dresser, you're going to automatically assume she's a whore. And so what if some women do sleep around? That's their choice. At least some are smart enough to use proper protection. It's only a problem if she's already in an established relationship while sleeping around. Also, sleeping around doesn't make you less of a person. What you do in the bedroom shouldn't define who you are as a person. It's not even anyone else's business what you do in the bedroom anyways.
Number 10. They idolize drug-addicted celebrities, aiming to mimic their brain-dead behaviors. The role model for today's girl is Kim Kardashian, not a woman who actually achieved things in life.
You're just repeating your fourth statement, but going into detail this time. You could have either cut this out or edited it in with your fourth statement. You did take the time to cut your video into sections, creating those jump cuts after all.
Number 11. They acquire pets instead of putting in the work to land a quality man. When a woman gives up in life, she buys a dog. This is sad.
Well, what if some of them have to have a dog, like if they're disabled or something? Plus, pets can be the best companions you could have in your life. They're very loving, loyal, have personality, and will never judge you. All they require from you is love, food, and proper care.
Number 12. They don't know how to be sexy and feminine, only trashy and slutty. Modern American women have no idea how to be a lady on the streets.
It's not an obligation for girls to be feminine, just like it's not an obligation for guys to be masculine. Now, I'm not saying they can misbehave all they want because people need to behave and be considerate when they're around others. It's just that people aren't obligated to act a certain way based on their gender.
Number 13. They have standards that are way beyond their level of attractiveness. Even an average girl thinks that she should land her Prince Charming.
This is coming from someone who has superficial standards himself. You want a slim, feminine, uptight woman with long hair. I know I said you could seek any woman you want, but to say that women can't have similar standards themselves is hypocritical.
Number 14. They think that having a good job means that they are a quality girl and a good catch. Newsflash, guys don't care about your stupid office job or nonprofit gig.
Well, to me, a person who has a job is seen as a responsible and independent person who can take care of themselves. At least if you're with a working woman, you won't have to worry about paying off her expenses for her.
Number 15. They wear pajamas in public. This is retarded.
I completely agree on that one. Wearing pajamas in public is actually one of my pet peeves. When I was in school, I would see some girls wear pajama pants to school, even in winter. And then they have the audacity to complain that it's cold.
Number 16. They enjoy books like Twilight, 50 Shades of Grey, and The Secret. They are addicted to brain-dead entertainment that makes them dumber.
Not every girl is into that romance crap, nor gets dumb every time they read it. At least we're on the same page that Twilight, 50 Shades of Grey, and The Secret are shit.
Number 17. Their idea of travel is going to the beach or France. They have no idea how to use travel to learn about other cultures.
Wait, going to France isn't considered traveling?
Number 18. They have too many trashy tattoos. Too many American women these days look like prison convicts.
I could turn this around and say the same thing about men who didn't even go to prison. But in all seriousness, I don't personally have a problem with anyone who tattoos their body. It's their body and choice. There's no point in worrying about someone doing something to themselves when it's not affecting my life at all.
Number 19. They are proud to be dating many men at the same time, as if they were men themselves. These days, women have no shame in hiding the fact that they are sluts.
Wow, such double standards. Also, there's nothing wrong with dating multiple people at the same time unless someone's already in an established relationship. According to multiple dictionaries, date, in the context you're using it, is meeting someone at a specific place and time. Think of dating as a job interview. You make multiple dates to see if any one of them could be your potential partner, just like how you would interview multiple people to see if one of them could be a potential employee. It wouldn't be smart to only see one person in the next few weeks or so, when there could be other people who have potential, especially if things don't work out with that one person.
Number 20. They do and say filthy things in bed even the first time that you have sex with them, as if they were an amateur porn actress. You know that they're doing it to every other guy as well.
Some men are into women talking dirty in bed. They might have even requested them to do that. If you don't like them talking dirty, you can always ask them to stop.
Number 21. They cockblock their own girlfriends when they are jealous. They can't have it so that their friend meets someone while they don't.
Only women with insecurities do that. If they have confidence and feel good about themselves, they won't do that.
Number 22. They make lame excuses for not putting effort into their appearance. It seems like a race to the bottom for every girl to look as homely as possible.
No woman is obligated to look good by your standards or anyone else's. It won't hurt to look decent, sure, but they don't have to look like a supermodel.
Number 24. They always lie the first time you get them in bed by saying, "I've never done this before." We know that's a lie, but they continue saying it for every guy they sleep with.
So if a woman tells you she's a virgin, you're going to disregard it and accuse her of lying? It's not like every woman has already had sex by the time you or anyone else sleeps with her. Everyone's a virgin at some point, and I think some of them might be lying about their history of lovers because they don't want people like yourself slut-shaming them, which is what you've been doing in this video.
Number 25. They confuse being a challenge with being whiny and annoying. They have no idea how stupid they look when they give men a hard time for spending time with them.
If a girl is complaining too much to the point where the relationship is insufferable, you can either try to work things out or leave. It's not like you have to stick around. If the complaining is coming from low self-esteem, then she should focus on her own issues. Being in a relationship should be the last of her concerns at that point.
Number 26. They watch way too much TV, letting it influence their personalities. When you go on a date with an American girl, you're really dating a combination of characters she has seen on television.
Only idiots let television influence them. I'm sure anyone with common sense would know better than to take everything from television seriously.
Number 27. On the way home from their comfortable office job, they take off their work shoes and put on dirty sneakers. They have no idea how much of a slob they look when they do this.
They're only going home. They don't need to look professional or uptight when they're doing just that. It's not like they're going on a date or to a party or something like that.
Number 28. They age their skin prematurely through fake tans. Maybe they'll look good this week or next month, but in a few years' time, they're going to look like a raisin.
I agree on that one. I don't understand how some women can put in so much money to do that. It doesn't even look good or natural to me. And they say that actual tanning is bad.
Number 29. They insist on eating pizza, gyro, or other fattening food after a night of binge drinking, and then they wonder why they are so fat.
Whatever they eat is their choice. You might have a point on the fat part, though. If they're going to eat that stuff, they should know what they're getting into.
Number 30. They're obsessed with cupcakes. An American woman gets satisfaction from eating tiny baked goods.
Because they're fucking delicious.
Number 31. They care more about maintaining a career than a good home or family. She has made money the most important part of her life, more than having kids or a good husband.
How would you know? Maybe a couple compromised if the husband wanted to be the house husband. There are men out there that want to do that. Or maybe he had to because he might have a condition that prevents him from working. You can't say that all women who have great careers don't care for their families or take care of them, because you don't know the situation, let alone know them personally.
Number 32. They rarely wear high heels, one of the most feminine behaviors that a woman can do.
Once again, women can wear whatever they want. They can choose if they want to wear high heels or not. Plus, they can be uncomfortable to walk around in for some women. There are even women who are really tall and don't want to add to their height by wearing high heels.
Number 33. They think dining out and eating food slathered with butter and salt makes them cultured, and they call themselves a foodie while they do it. It just makes them fat instead.
There are many cultures that have those kinds of foods, like certain Asian or European cultures. It just depends on the culture the food comes from.
Number 34. They don't speak any foreign languages. They think America is at the center of the universe.
Maybe some women don't care to learn another language, especially if they're not going to another country that requires learning how to speak its native language. Not every woman thinks America's the best. Sometimes those are ignorant people who don't know anything outside of America.
Number 35. Their intellectual curiosity doesn't go beyond the pages of Gawker or BuzzFeed. To get them to actually learn about the truths of the world is impossible.
When you think about it, it's impossible for anyone to learn the real truths of the world. A lot of people have their own definition of what the truth is. Nobody knows the real truth, and I don't think anyone will ever know. The world is that mysterious of a place.
And lastly, number 36. They drone on and on about the stupidest personal drama and nonsense, thinking that the day-to-day things that they come across are critically important to anyone else.
Another point I agree on. A lot of girls tend to drag on drama that's not really worth the time to worry about. I've even been guilty of doing this before.
So there you have it, 36 things that are wrong with American women. While no woman of the world is perfect, I find that American women have the most flaws out of all the other foreign women I've dated.
At least he says not every woman is perfect. I'm not going to review the rest of the video because it's just him closing out. So what's my final verdict? Well, his video seemed organized for the most part. At least he wasn't all over the place with his thoughts. However, his thoughts were based off of generalizations, and his points were often nothing but nitpicking. I don't know this guy's history, since I just found him recently, so I'm not going to assume that he's had a bad run-in with American women when it comes to dating, since I don't know him well. But I will say this, Roosh, if it is the case that you've had bad encounters, then I'm sorry about that. However, you can't take those few instances and generalize every woman from the group to be the same. It's impossible for you to know every single one of them. No two snowflakes are the same. I've also looked through your channel a bit. In some of your videos, you seem to focus too much on the negatives of a person rather than the positives. If you want to find a partner, if you haven't already, then I suggest you try to look more into the positives rather than the negatives. Unless certain negatives can damage your relationship, like if a woman is too controlling or abusive. Seeing you in more of your videos, I can tell it that at the rate you're going, you're never going to be happy, and neither will your partner. This is the Pale Recluse, and I'll see you the next time I decide to come out of hiding.